know your recent battle, that the controversial battle that a lot of people been talking about lately, Paul versus Gold.
Yeah.
Did you see the interview that Paul did?
I only saw the part that my name was mentioned in the title. Like, I ain't watched the rest of it.
Okay, now the part that you seen, was there any information that wasn't correct that you may need to correct that was said in that interview?
Yeah, if Paul said it, probably all of it. But I don't remember exactly what he said. I don't remember exactly everything he said or whatever. Like, you remember something, then I'll tell you. But I don't remember exactly what he said. Like, I'm on some anti-Paul shit. So I'm biased anyway. When I hear shit, I'm just, yeah. Only reason I listen to it to see what he said about me or whatever. But
brief intermission, but we back. So the Paul battle. You say you only seen one part of the interview. Yeah. Why didn't you watch the rest of the interview?
Because I'm not a Paul fan. Like, I'm not a Paul fan. Like, he irritates me. Like, I'm not a Paul fan. He's too in the way. Like, he one of the people I don't like the energy I am around. I don't like the energy he give me or whatever. So like, yeah. So yeah, I'd rather just avoid Paul stuff or whatever. So if my name wasn't in it, I wouldn't have watched the period or whatever.
Oh, okay.
So that's the only reason I watched the period, because my name was in the title.
So how did that battle even get set up in the first place?
Because Paul been extra. Like, he been Paul. First we was on some cool battle rap mess or whatever. Heard bars and blah blah blah. But and I think people was giving me a little too much attention around here, or he wanted some of the attention away. He wanted some of the attention I was getting, and he couldn't battle. He couldn't battle other people. He couldn't battle. He won't battle. Well, he won't battle Roller. He won't battle Squeako, D Flame. So yeah. So I'm like, and not even put my. Of course he wanted to battle Ev or whatever. But yeah, you can't battle any of them. Yeah, you gonna want to battle me or whatever if you want to prove that you nicer with him. So that's why Paul wanted to battle me. Like, period. He just wanted the attention, and I ain't want to battle him because I was somewhat cool with him. I talked to him, whatever. So I ain't want to battle nobody that I was somewhat cool with, because I know how I battle, whatever. And I knew Paul character, whatever. So I knew if I battled him, I was gonna say how I felt about it. I was gonna say a bunch of stuff jabbing at his character. So I wasn't trying to battle him at all. I kept telling him not trying to battle, but of course he Paul. So he got to keep doing extra stuff or whatever, because he want to battle so bad or whatever, because he want the attention. So he kept doing extra stuff to the point that it pissed me off or whatever. So yeah, I think I wanted to punch him in the face before I wanted to get to the point of battling him or whatever. So yeah, and I don't like that energy.
Okay, so in the battle, the most controversial part, because as of this taping right now, the battle has not been released. They're saying that the main reason why the battle hasn't been released is because in your first round, you say his address.
Yeah.
Now, in the interview that I talked with him, in the past, he said,
yeah, he said
another
address.
Exactly.
Yeah, like, I wouldn't have said Paul address if he didn't say Logic address or whatever, because I don't do shit like that or whatever. But what's good for the goose, good for you. Yeah, I do it or whatever. So, and I was dead serious. The stuff that I said about his address, I don't remember what he said about Logic, but I was dead serious when I used his address as a reference. And then he so much when I said it, like, he co-signed on and said, yeah, that's my address, like it was no big deal. Like, if you had any animosity or beef, you should have punched me in my mouth then or whatever, or you should have made some sort of noise. But no, everything was decent. And then he just, yeah, but that's a little controversial, man.
Okay, so the whole address situation, I guess Paul wanted the address muted.
Yeah.
And what was your take on Paul getting the address muted?
This my whole thing. Because he's Paul, like he always gotta go about stuff the wrong way. He gotta make it seem like he got some sort of power. He gotta do all this extra stuff. Now, before I battled Paul, like, I wanted to fight Paul. Like, dead serious, I had that kind of animosity for him, because yeah, like, he was just doing too much extra stuff. He was doing too much extra stuff that I'm not gonna allow anyone to do outside of rapping or whatever. Like, I don't care what you say on stage, you talk your little mess on stage. stuff you say on Facebook might be a little too much. Now, if you in a battle rap group, it's different or whatever. You're talking to page, I mean, you're not calling me no bitches, you're not calling me no none of that stuff. Like, no battle rappers has ever done that with me or whatever. Nobody. Like, if you do, I'm gonna inbox you, like, I'm trying to meet up with you or whatever to see if that energy real or whatever. But he want to do it because he Paul and he can be extra and it's Paul. Like, that's what everybody, yeah, that's what everybody end up like. It's Paul, man. That's what Paul do or whatever. And everybody supposed to give him the pass or whatever. So, yeah, so I don't even know what I'm talking about. I'm getting so damn frustrated.
I was saying we was talking about how, like, what's your take on the address?
Oh, yeah, look. So I'm gonna tell you, look. So I wanted to see Paul way before the battle, or whatever. Like, maybe if I would have saw him, I don't know what would have happened. But once I would have got whatever animosity out, I would have been okay or whatever. But he trying not to meet. He trying not to do nothing or whatever. He just want to troll. He want to go live. You want to do all this stuff for the public, but you're not trying to meet me in prep. Like, when I'm hitting you up, you're not trying to meet me or whatever. I think he said something in your interview. I wanted him to battle somebody. That's why he didn't stop answering my phone call. No, he stopped answering my phone call because I was trying to meet him. I was trying to see if he had any real animosity with me. That's why he started. Not no messy, nothing about no, I'm trying to get him to battle somebody. It's because he didn't want to see me or whatever. Like, nothing to do with nobody else battling or whatever. So, and that's the mess I don't like about Paul. That's one of the things. He always twisting stuff around. But this is the thing. Either way, after I battled him, I calmed down. Like I had all this animosity for Paul. Then when I got on stage with Paul and I rapped and Paul was rapping back, all I was thinking is, it's Paul. Like what is wrong with me? Like, why did I have this much anger? And it's Paul. And it's Paul or whatever. So, like, after I battled, I immediately calmed down the little animosity I had for Paul because I just wanted him to know exactly how I felt. So once I wrapped my rounds or whatever, like, I was good. Like, I wasn't about to be cool with him or nothing else or whatever, but I ain't had no beef with him after that. So I hit him and Breed up because I had a little animosity with him too or whatever. I hit him and Breed up in a messenger, told him, like, look, fam, I ain't got no beef with y'all boys. It was just battle rap, blah, blah, blah. Like, you know, wish you the best, do your thing, blah, blah, blah. So now if Paul had a problem with that address, he could have said something right then. He could have been like, hey, look, go, blah, blah, I'm going through whatever. Can you mute out my address? Find this word on anything on earth, I would have told him, yeah, mute it out. Like, no problem, because it won't that deep. Like, it won't that deep. But instead of doing that, Paul hit up you, and he hit up goddamn Showtime and try to get y'all to mute the address. Like, how are you going to hit somebody up to mute my rounds? Like, how you going to, without me knowing about it? And that's what he wanted to do. Like, he wanted to make it seem like he all powerful Paul. Yeah, I got the address muted and all that. Because he want to be bigger than he is. He want to be more important than he is so bad or whatever. If you was a real man, you should have hit me up. And he claimed he did hit me up. He claimed, I hit you up and I got your ounce machine. Okay, now, he hit me up and got my ounce machine. You ain't leave no message. You ain't text me, though you got my phone number. You didn't messenger me. Like, he did that to y'all or whatever. So it's documented that he hit y'all up or whatever. It's nothing to prove that he hit me up or whatever. And I know he didn't hit me up. If you could have messaged me when I was messaging you, like anything or whatever. You didn't do any of that. Instead, you went behind my back to try to get that, and that's what made the animosity start right back up again because he's doing that Paul shit or whatever. So that's it. That's it right there. So and then when he finally did that, I hit him up. So I'm bucking and blah blah blah. So he's so Paul, he still gotta be Paul. He's like, yeah man, for real, I hit you up and I got your ounce machine and blah blah blah. I don't believe in that. So I'm like, why didn't you text me? Why didn't you message me? There's no proof you hit me up. No, I hit you up and so you know I even told Show I pay him $1.25 today going to mute the rounds whatever. Like I told him I'll give him half my money for the battle whatever. And of course in our battle he claimed he got $1,000 to battle, but it's Paul. So but that's battle rap too or whatever. You lied and a bunch of other corny shit. So I'm at work when this going on. So I'm like, man, I holler. I hang up. So I end up texting him back. I said, matter of fact, give me the $1.25 you was gonna get Show, and then we can mute the jank or whatever. Like you willing to give Show a $1.25 to mute it? Give me the $1.25. Then I tell him, go ahead and mute the jank. So he hit, you know, he big money Paul and all. Like when we was battling, when we was getting ready to battle, he doing all this trolling. Yeah, let's battle for 1,000, and you doing all this big money. You Paul, but yeah, if you want it muted so bad and you want the battle out so bad, pay the $1.25. They can mute it, drop it or whatever. Cause I don't care. I don't care whether they drop the battle or don't drop the battle. Like, but you want some of my shit muted. Yeah, mute some of your. I don't really care what he said about. He ain't said nothing about me or nothing in that battle that I care about. But just fast. You want to mute some of my stuff? I'm muting some of your stuff. If not, yeah, let it come out unedited or pay the $1.25. Then it can come out muted. So yeah, that's it. That's the whole controversy. That's why the battle not out. If you want it out, mute it. Pay the $1.25. You's gonna pay show $1.25. Like, so pay the $1.25. You can have it muted. Like, if not, like, I don't care. And you made it seem like you didn't care about the battle, but you want this battle to drop. You trying to make posts about it and doing trailers and all this crazy mess, whatever. You want the battle to drop. I could care less or whatever. Like, you need that battle to drop. You want people to feel like you're important or you're bad or whatever you want people to feel. So yeah, pay the $1.25, then the battle can drop.
Okay, I'm glad you spoke on that, man, because I think that the interview with Paul and we didn't get your side of the story.
Yeah,
so
you ain't get the truth. That's the truth or whatever. Like, you get the truth, then it's Paul or whatever. Like, and the thing is, everyone knows. Anybody who ever dealt with Paul know how Paul get down or whatever. Like, and people give him the it's Paul pass. Like, come on, man, it's Paul. Like, that's everything. It's Paul. Like, so nah, and it's gold and it's me. So that's Paul and that's me.